Welcome back to my channel, guys. Conscious and aware. Come on. Now today's video is you can't change other people, man. Stop trying. Like, seriously, this here was one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn. I've only just come to this understanding. Like, I've just come to terms with it and accepted this. You get what I'm saying to you? So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, because a lot of people are suffering from trying to change the people around them, like their friends and family members and that, you know, like obviously you want the best for them, innit? You want what's good for them. You don't want to see them suffer. You want them to progress in it further, you know? So it's a natural thing, especially having a close relationship with friends, family or whatever, you feel me? Like, because that's coming out of empathy, that's coming out of love, innit? Like, you want to change them, so you want them to be better because you care a lot about them, innit? But what you have to understand is that you can't change people. You can give them a suggestion or advice or even maybe buy something for them that's going to help them. But at the end of the day, you can't physically change them. The change happens from the individual. They have to change. You feel what I'm saying to you? They're the ones that have to change. You can only, like they say, you can take the horse to the sea, but you can't make him drink. You can take him to the sea. You can point him in the right direction. You can give him the right words or the right tools. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the individual. You feel what I'm saying to you? So, like, the best way to change people is to change yourself. Like Michael Jackson said in the song, if you want to make the world a better place, then look in yourself in the mirror and make a change. Like, I think that's the song and that. But this is literally what, like, okay, let me talk. Let's go into myself then, innit? Like, when I started to make changes in my life, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and that, it affected everyone. My friends benefited in that, or like changed for the better. My brother, my parents, everyone who come in contact with, like, has improved themselves because I've improved. So what I'm producing now is better. You understand? So let's say like you're approaching your friend or family member, wanting them to change in that, coming from the same place that you're at right now, it's only gonna go one way. But once they see you change and you're approaching them with a different energy, with a different like vibe and that, boom, that's gonna be more impactful to them. Let's say, for example, now, okay, perfect example, let's say you're overweight, for example, and like you want your friend who's maybe a little bit more overweight than you to start training and that. Bro, if you start to change and train and look after yourself and now you start to get yourself in shape, they are gonna feel, it's either they're gonna feel motivated and follow you, or you're gonna disconnect with them. That's the only way it's gonna go. Once you change yourself, it's either everyone around you is gonna change. If they don't change, they're gonna fall up. They're gonna fade away from your life. There's only two ways you can go. You feel me? So at the same time, you have to remember everyone's at different stages in their life, you know? Because when I look back at my life and that, some of the things that my dad told me when I was little, I didn't understand, you know? But the more I'm getting older and wiser, and I'm understanding the things that he told me 10, 12, 15 years ago, and now I'm understanding. But he told me this 10 years ago, like 8 years ago. But it's only now that I raise my consciousness, I'm understanding what he's saying. So just because you're saying words to the person or giving them advice and they're not taking it, that doesn't mean it's gone to waste. You never know when you basically planted a seed. You never know when it's gonna blossom. Maybe in a couple of years' time, they're gonna start changing themselves because of that one thing you said 3 years ago. So don't give up on a person at the same time, but you can't make them do anything. You can't change them. Everything you say to them positively and suggestions is a seed inside their mind. One day, I don't know when that's gonna be, next year, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, I don't know. But you've contributed to that, you know, to that change. You feel me? So that's what you need to understand. Like, and where I see a lot of people go wrong is that they sacrifice themselves for trying to change a person. Whether it's your child or not, like even if it's your child, like obviously you want to discipline them and take the right way, but you cannot physically enter their body and do it for them. All you can do is provide the right provide the right information, give them the right tools, and point in the right direction. You get what I'm saying to you? But I see a lot of people overextend themselves, like let's say give them money until they haven't got no money to help this person, or flip and go all the way out their way, cancel what they got going in their life for a person. Don't do that. Like, that's not gonna work. You know what I mean? You get me? Like, yeah, that's what I have to understand. If you want to change someone, change yourself. I promise. Like, it might not make sense right now, like I said already. Right now, not make sense. But trust me, once you make changes in your life, people around you are either gonna change or they're gonna fade away, or you're gonna attract new people, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So this is the main thing you have to understand, and the person who you're trying to help understand is that suffering Because that's the thing though, for someone to change, that they have to go through something. If you go through, like, when you look at most people change, I can speak only for myself right now, like, for me to change, I went through some hardship, I went through struggle, I went through self-doubt, I was in a dark place and that, I hit a wall and that, until then I woke up, like, then I started to do things differently. So, majority of the time, for someone to change, they have to go through pain and suffering. Now, because you love and care for that person, you don't want them to suffer to change, you know, but sometimes that's the only way. So majority, like 95% of the time, you have to go through some adversity to change. You feel me? So understand that, like, I don't know if you've changed or you're progressing, but ask yourself, how did you manage to progress? Most of the time it's through some hardships, you know? So even though you don't want to see them suffer, but maybe that's what they need in that, you know? That's what they need. And one thing to definitely remember is, yeah, don't dictate, you know, like, because I realized that about myself. I was dictating, like wanting people to be a certain way, you know, forcing them and getting angry at them, and why you're not changing, and fix up, and, you know, I'm trying to drill it into the head, and that is not going to work. That's only going to drive them further away and away. Don't dictate. Don't try to take control. All you can do is suggest, give them the right tools, be there for them when you can be, and then come back to focusing on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just because you try and change them doesn't mean you need to forget about what you got going on. Focus on yourself. Focus on where you're going. Focus on improvement. That in itself, your movements and your actions itself, for you trying to improve yourself, it's speaking words in itself. You understand? That actions speak louder than words, as I say. Your actions speaks louder than you just saying certain things. You understand? So, like, yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to come across in this video, man. You can't change people, man. Don't try to do loads and try to overextend yourself and sacrifice yourself and just drill it and get angry and emotional. No, you can only control yourself, not outside events, man. Shout out to Marcus Aurelius, man. This philosopher is crazy, man. You can only change yourself, not outside events. If you want them to change, you change yourself, you know what I mean? Once you level up, they will level up, or they will fade away. It's one of the two. That's the price That's the price you have to pay in order for you to go to the next level. It's either people are gonna rise with you or they're gonna fade away. So if you're not willing for that, if you want relationships to stay the same, then you just keep doing your thing in that. But once you start to raise your consciousness, once you start to level up in that, people are fading away, man. You're on your own in this, you know what I'm saying? You're on your own in that, man, or they leveling up. You see? So that's the video, man. Don't force it, bro. Like, don't force it. Don't try, like, you know what I'm saying, grab it and then come here, like, change, and nah, bro. Give him this, take him to the sea. That's it. You want to change that direction, or you need to fix something, yeah, take this here, and then the rest is down to them. You know what I mean? Focus on yourself, be there, but don't. I'm not gonna go too deep, and I'm gonna go into detachment and all that, but I'm gonna leave it here still. I don't make the video too long, man. Focus on yourself, improve yourself. You know what I'm saying? Take care of people when you can, but do not sacrifice yourself for them. You can't do it for them. Yeah? Okay then. Come on.